All right, people, you already know. First ever Regal Eagle recap show immediately following the game. So these are instant reactions. Normally we would sit back and we would talk about, we would game plan this and figure out how we're going to approach this show. But in this situation, we are immediate reactions. Me and my cousin Brian, we like to kind of wait 1 or 2 days, let our emotions die down. But guess what? No better time than ever to do it right now. Michi, Sally, what's good? Where we at? What y'all seen in today's game today?
Hey, I'll start, man. So I seen a huge improvement, man. I seen in the thing that I posted in, man, the biggest improvement that we saw. Well, two on offensive side of the ball, they did what everybody's been wanting them to do since last season. They rounded, they grounded that ball, they pounded that ground game, and they did what they needed to be do, man. Saquon Barkley, 176 yards, man. He ran all over him, just like those two big breakout plays with a 55, 51 yarder, and then the other one, man, they was doing his thing. Gainwell did his thing. Hurts did his thing, and then the defense, man. I straight accolades to the defense, man. All the amount of sacks they were able to do. I mean, they put a hurting on those guys. So it goes back to the question that you and Sally were talking about on the pregame show. Do they get all the accolades because they played the Giants? And I'm gonna say hell yeah, man. Hey, because they did their thing. They did their thing today, man. They did their thing. Sally brought it up the other day, man. But yeah, I remember that while I was watching. I was like, Sally was saying this, but hell yeah, give him everything, all the credit.
Yeah. Sally, what you got for today's game?
Hey, like me said, we did what we wanted to do all season. We ran the ball.
Yes.
We ran the ball. And I mean, don't stop today. Keep that momentum going. Just run the ball. Saquon, we all knew Saquon was gonna have a good day today. And he showed out. He showed out today. He showed out. And that's all we gotta keep doing, is running the ball. Now, like I said, it was a great win. It was a great win. I mean, started off a little slow. We still didn't score in the first quarter. We still haven't scored in the first quarter, but at the end of the day, hey, it was a great offensive and defensive game today for me. The defense was phenomenal today. Phenomenal today.
Yeah. Okay. So my thing is, I think we played a well-rounded ball game between the offense and the defense. Offense, it took a minute to get clicking, but that's mainly because the run game really wasn't there at the beginning. But I feel like like myself and Gotti were up here talking about, what I'm saying, we couldn't establish the run at first. That put a stressor on our pass defense. But once the run game kind of started getting going, that kind of opened up the passing lanes. But once the running game got going, the passing game really really didn't need it this game. Although a passing game is always needed, but we were so successful on the run towards the third and fourth quarter that the passing game wasn't, it was kind of like secondary. So all in all, I feel like we played a very well-rounded game, both on offense and on defense. You know what I'm saying? Pros to the offense, pros to the defense. Offense, like, again, got cooking. We were running the ball like we are supposed to. You know what I'm saying? All the pros go in the world. Play calling was right towards the third and fourth quarter. First and second quarter, obviously, we still couldn't run the ball. But guess what? That's a con. Just not scoring on the first quarter. Like Mitch was saying on the pregame show, not scoring in the first quarter is something that we cannot sustain throughout the season, because we're going to end up running into those teams that are scoring in the first quarter. So we have to be able to score in the first quarter as well. Not being able to score in the first quarter, it's going to start to be kind of detrimental for us. So that's just one thing. So those are pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? Like hey, Gotti right here. Gotti says run the ball. Great adjustments after the first quarter and on offense. Shout out to Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? And like Kim says, like, subscribe, share. Hey, everybody out there, if you ain't doing it, do it. You better tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? Gotti also saying that the passing game needs to spread the ball around to other wide receivers, tight ends. True. I don't know where Vontae Smith was at. He was nowhere to be seen this game, like, at all. So I don't know where he was, but I don't even think he got targeted once this game, did he? Can you go back and check that?
Yeah, he got
targeted.
He got
targeted. He got targeted one time. I know, and it was like for negative. Yeah, he got targeted.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. So those are the pros and cons. So, what pros and cons? What you got on pros and cons?
Hey, the do's and don'ts.
Pros and cons, or do's and don'ts? Yeah, do's and don'ts. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So man, the number one do is to continually establish a lot earlier the run game. Because everybody knows, man, that's fundamental football. You set up your RPOs, you take the pressure off of like Gotti was talking about. Shout out to Gotti, man. You set up a lot of the past aerial, attacks for the tight ends, for the the receivers. You're not so predictable. You know what I mean with the run. So when we're not running the ball in a quarter and a half, you know what I mean. All they got to do is put two on AJ and try to lock him down, and then Hurts and flustered. So the don'ts, man, for that one, man, I still saw until we got that run game going in the second quarter, the midway through the second quarter, man, Jalen still looked a little off to me, man. I'm gonna just say it, man. He looked a little off. I put on the thing. I don't know if y'all saw it, man, but I watch everything, man. He changed his shoes and then he started getting better. I don't know if y'all saw that. He started out in the 10, 11,
yeah, them 10, 11s, yeah.
He started out in them, then he went to the black shoes. So I don't know if his toenails was too long or what, but them shoes weren't working. Hey, and then he started making better plays, man. So he started doing it, man. But yeah, if he was all balled up in there, man,
like Martin had them Air Wax on. Remember when Martin had them Air Wax, man?
Yeah. Hey, but they great job, man, on all sides of the ball, to include the special teams, man. The special teams even did their thing throughout the game. So continue that up. It feels like. It doesn't feel like, and I'm gonna be honest. This is an honest assessment as well. It doesn't feel like, what's his name, Kellen Moore had full control over it. It feels like Nick had a little bit, control in the beginning, and then once the run started going, I mean, he kind of, let it off, and it was kind of on cruise control because that's what we've been asking for because it has such effectiveness to it. So, I still would like to see more of the Kellen Moore offense that we brought him in here for. And that's like what Gotti was saying, man, changing it up because Kellen Moore has a really diverse offensive scheme to where he gets everybody involved. And so, like Gotti, like you and Sally are saying, man, we just need to see that to be better because we want more effectiveness out of these guys.
Right. And then back to what you were saying earlier as far as the do's and don'ts, but like establishing a run was key. We had to do that. You know what I'm saying? So continue to run the ball. You know what I'm saying that opens up the pass lanes and that pulls, we all know that pulls all the linebackers up because guess what? You don't want to give up that play. You know what I'm saying? So continue to do that. Continue to call versatile plays, plays that don't take a whole lot of time to develop. I don't know why Jalen was holding the ball for so long, which is a don't. Like once you get out of the pocket, bro, that's it. Go through your progressions. If it's not there, get rid of the ball. Me and Gotti were sitting here watching the game. Next thing you know, where it's third and goal, and you drop them back. Like there's only so many routes these receivers can run. Like take off. If they're not open, take off. Right? He got the first down, thank God. But stop holding on to the ball for so long. That's a don't. You know what I'm saying? And then I want to say on that one go route that AJ had for the TD, I don't think that was called by Kalen. I feel like that was called by Nick, based off the route itself. Again. Back to the route tree that we were saying that Nick Sirianni has, he only has AJ doing like 4 routes, and that's one of them. So I don't think that was a Kellen Moore call. I feel like that was a Nick Sirianni call to include based off of how his reaction was when he got the touchdown. So again, let Kalen call the plays. And me personally, I just say go for the points, for sure points. But luckily, it turned out to be a touchdown. So those are some dudes. Again, and my don'ts, just stop doing what I said earlier. Another don't is, get rid of the ball, man. Stop taking negative yardage. Keep yourself in decent field position. You know what I'm saying? If it's not there, Jalen, get rid of the ball. There's no reason to hold on to the ball as long as you are. That's like my biggest don't when it comes to this whole game. Get rid of the ball, man. Sally, what you got?
I mean, pretty much I'm just gonna marry you guys because, like I said, the dudes is establishing the run. My thing is also with the run, at some point, I got it. He's gonna get stuffed at some point, but don't abandon it. When it comes to Saquon's gonna get his yards. He's gonna bust one every game. So don't abandon the run early. But it's like I said, keep establishing the run. Also, a do is the defense. The defense was a must do today. The defense was on today. We had back. We had Jones in the back. He was flustered. He couldn't do anything back there. He couldn't do anything.
He
Don't
was
like you
looking
said.
just like he looked on this backdrop right here, the same way. He looked
Yeah,
just
that's
like
how he
that.
was looking. He looked just like that backdrop. That's how he looked at that backdrop. That back all game. That's how he looked all game. And don't is like you said, Jalen's got to stop holding on the ball so long. So I see one play was a 3rd and goal or 2nd and goal. It was like at the 10. He had Barkley ran the out route. He had him wide open. He missed him. Had him wide open. Didn't even
Even the
see.
commentator said it. Oh my God, he's wide open.
He was wide open. And he didn't toss him the ball. But like I said, it's been a couple times. Jalen got sacked a few times today, but because I think the offense, they were just getting. I mean, the offense couldn't hold the line so long. But and I seen one time when Jalen just went. He didn't even get touched. He just went down into the position
Yeah,
because he knew he was gonna get sacked. But
yeah,
Jalen's got to let that ball go, man. He's holding on for too long, and
yeah.
that's one of the biggest things about this season with Jalen. He holds the ball way too long.
Right. And we love to hear comments from people in the chat too. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine, Kim, Gotti, hey, we appreciate y'all for coming on. But
I don't appreciate Gotti comment though, because he go comment the same thing I just said 2 minutes ago. So either his internet is slow or he not watching the game. So I don't want that shit from him. He go write the same thing I wrote. Come on with your own shit. Where he at? Hey, where he at?
No, hey, I don't know if you want to come on. Gotti, you want to come on? No, I'm gonna see you the link. Hold on, I'm gonna see you the link right now. Wait a minute.
Or put him on yours.
No. He can't come on mine. Yeah. All right. Boom. All right. I just sent it to you. You got it. He'll be on in a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I truly think like if our defense can keep playing the way they played today, I don't see us falling short in too many areas. If we can play with that same ferocity and that same tenacity that we had today on other teams, getting in there, Nakobe Dean was nice today, but we need that from you every single game, Nakobe. You know what I'm saying? Nolan was on it. You know what I'm saying? Nolan, we need you on it. Carter, you was on it. I just don't understand why I can't play like that week after week after week. Go ahead, Meech.
The thing about it too, man, is I don't know if they were playing extraordinarily good or the Giants just really suck because Bryce Huff even got a sack. I said, "Oh shit!
There he is.
He earned a paycheck this week."
Hey, Sweat got him one. He got a notebook.
Hey, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sweat got him.
It was.
Yeah, Urban
got
whatever.
Today.
Wait, hold up.
I thought my man. I seen Slake. I seen Slake get up for a minute. I thought he was gonna be out the game. I thought he was like, "Oh, they throw the ball my way too long. I gotta get out of here." But he came back in.
Yeah, man. Hey.
It was a good.
Oh yeah, I hit it on the defensive question coming up.
What's that?
Okay. The defense stepped up.
Okay, so we can touch on that right now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my thing is, man, some great points that I wanted to make earlier. I didn't want to touch on it because I saw it right here. The biggest thing for me that I talked about yesterday is we rank, what is it, 32? We rank 28th in takeaways. And so we did, we did get the one today. But the good thing about it is Jalen didn't throw any interceptions. You know what I mean?
True.
We controlled the time of possession like that we always talk about. We controlled the time of possession, and that was a critical thing as well. Yeah, there were sacks involved because both defenses were doing their thing. Hey, but we didn't fumble the ball. We didn't intercept the ball. We didn't do them crazy wild plays and all that stuff that we're known for doing. You know what I mean? So he was a little bit more mature with the ball this game versus the other time. So hey, he was doing his thing as well on there. So that's a huge plus as far as the defense.
I can't hear you. Hold on.
We can't hear it because y'all too close together now.
No, he's over there.
I can hear you out of earth shit. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, tell him to go out on the backboard.
I can hear him, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Oh, I can hear me.
Yeah. What up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, shit, man. What you think, man? What you think about the game?
Hey, for a division game, I think we did pretty good. Me and Dookie was sitting here having our play-by-play as it was going, and I agree with most of everything y'all was saying. Of course, my reactions was delayed, so I wasn't copying off of what you were saying. I felt like what I was typing, you were saying.
Yeah,
I was like, shit, I'm like, he copied off of me.
yeah.
But I think the same thing with Jalen holding the ball too long. Like that one time we was in the red zone. He's holding the ball. I'm like, the receivers aren't getting any deeper. Why are you just standing there? Run the ball. And I think he ended up running. He got the first down. But good job for him holding on to the ball, not throwing any interceptions. I think the offense needs to be more diverse. I think Doogie said this. Smitty got, I think, one look.
Yep. Target.
The tight end got one, and I think that's it. But too many sacks. He has to be able to get out the pocket. Some of the stuff was because of the offensive line, but he can't hold the ball and sit there. He has to keep moving, at least get 1 or 2 yards, opposed to getting a 2 or 3 yard sack. And all that running backward shit where we end up being 4th and 24. That shit definitely can't happen. Get rid of the ball.
Hey, I got a question for everybody. Now, I want to see if y'all remember this play. Was it luck or was it skill or what? When he was scrambling, he almost got sacked. He got out of it. Devontae was right there. He wound up throwing that bomb to AJ for the touchdown. What was that?
Today?
Yeah,
that's today.
No. He did the 41-yard bomb to AJ for the touchdown. When he was about to go down. I mean, he was right there, and they pushed him back. And as he was falling, he threw off his back foot and threw that 41-yarder to AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was 4th down. It was like 4th and 3.
It's 4th and 3. That's what
that was Nick Sirianni played that.
That's what he was saying. He don't think it was Kellen. He thought it was Nick.
Yeah, he said that was Duke right there. That's what the same play he was talking about.
I had to look at it again because I didn't see. I wasn't watching Jalen on that play. I was watching the secondary.
Because if he would have fucked up, because Devontae Smith was wide open. He was wide open right there. So if he would have fucked that up, now this conversation would be going a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying?
We have a bad history of 4th and short.
Yeah,
as you've seen in the last few weeks. Great play, but I don't think we should be throwing bombs on 4th and 3.
Right.
Clear, good job using AJ Brown to clear the defenders out. Maybe he takes 2 people with him. Get the guaranteed first down. Don't throw bombs. Don't throw bombs on 4th and.
We did that last week too. We did that last week against Cleveland with a 4th and something. He threw that long bomb to AJ. Same play.
But yeah, we don't have a good history on 4th and short, especially in field goal range. It wasn't this case this time, but we don't have a good history of 4th and short.
I feel that we weren't in the position to do that. Like we need to hone our skills. So when we playing sharper teams, we're not gonna be able to do that. You know what I mean? You don't want that to become muscle memory of slinging bombs and stuff like this when you playing stronger defenses. You know what I mean? This was a stat game to where you can get stuff up and do all that stuff, so you can play around a little bit. But I don't feel that, like you said, man, I don't feel that we should be doing that type of stuff, man. That you can't sustain that going into that latter end of the schedule into the playoffs. Right,
because I mean, anything can happen. The receiver can trip, and that's it. Turnover. Oh, yeah. Another thing, 3rd and 3. Why are we running a tush push on 3rd and 3? We got Saquon Barkley. We have a freaking running back. I was at the open practice before the season, and I was probably about 25 or 30 feet away from Saquon Barkley. That joker's thighs is like this big. He's in the backfield, 3, 4, 5, 7 yards deep. Give him a full head of steam and give him the ball. You're not getting that. You're not getting a super big push with Jalen Hurts straight off the snap. Yeah. Give it to Saquon Barkley. Let him go full steam ahead. And if he doesn't get the touchdown in, then you go ahead with the tush push. But we 3rd down. Run Saquon Barkley.
My other thing for everybody on here, man, is I know things change when people change, but I do not see the whole tush push as being as effective as it used to be. It's not a guaranteed first down. No, it's not a guaranteed touchdown anymore.
Last year it would be 4th or something and 1, and we were getting 3 yards.
Right.
He was getting 3 yards off the tush push. Right. Now we're barely getting the 1 yard we need for the first down.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We need Kelsey back. That's all it is. Kelsey comes back. Either that or he needs to come in and school Jurgens, whatever his name is. Johns, you know what I'm saying, to get it right. But you know what I'm saying. So guys, all right. So we came back with this question. The defense stepped up. Is that enough to sustain us for the rest of the season, or is that just a stepping stone, like a building block for a continuation for the season? Like, is that defense that we had today? Is that the standard that we should have every single game, or is that just a stepping stone and build on that for the rest of the season?
So what I've seen so far the whole season is that on their side of the 50, we do a great job.
Yeah.
But as soon as they cross over the 50, and they get in like in a 2-minute drill situation, like what happened in Atlanta, and even though they only got a field goal today, when they got into that 2-minute drill, we're giving up too many yards. We're getting up too many yards. It's something happens when they cross over that 50. So when we play those high caliber teams, you see what happened when we played Baker Mayfield. He tore our ass up. So
see, that's Todd Bowles too, man. Todd Bowles, he's great, man, on that, man. He has our number. I think we're 1-5 against him, Todd Bowles, but he's great.
But it's very hard to gauge our secondary today because of how good our defensive line did.
Yeah.
I mean, we got I know I stopped counting at 6 sacks.
7
6 sacks.
We got 7.
I don't know how many hurries, but that's taking a lot of pressure off the secondary. If he was able to get those 7 passes off, or do a lot more, I don't know what would have happened if he had a chance to get those passes off to make a better assessment. But our secondary hasn't been great in a very long time. Even the year we won the Super Bowl, our secondary wasn't that great. We just got lucky.
And our secondary was that good. It didn't have to be because our linebackers was right. The amount of sacks that we put up during that Super Bowl run, and even going to the Super Bowl recently, like the secondary didn't have to be that good because the linebackers was taking a lot of that pressure off. But I feel like if we can again get another edge rusher in there, someone to compete, you know what I'm saying, or even work side by side with Sweat and Bond, that way you have a nice three linebacker set. That'll take a lot of pressure off our secondary as well. But me, what you got as far as the defense?
Hey, so I think, like I said, man, the defense did a great job, man. Gotti did a good explanation of not being able to fully evaluate and judge the secondary because of it. But there were some good plays. One play I laughed on, man. I said, how in the hell is Cooper DeJohn going to get stiffed on by Daniel Jones like he did? I said, man, ain't no way in hell, man.
It was ugly, too.
Stiffed on you like that, man.
It was ugly, too.
He played pretty good this game, minus that. Sidney Brown, he looked good, you know what I mean, in his attacks. But like Gotti said, man, that was a perfect summation of it, that the defensive line was so dominant this game that they weren't able to get, which is that's a good problem to have. If you have a problem with your defense, you want that to be good. But I think that Vic was able to show, more versatility in the defense. He sent more blitz packages and stuff like that, where we normally were kind of standoffish and whatever, but we blitzed them, you know what I mean? If you blitz 4, there's going to be 2 holes. You blitz 5, there's going to be 1 hole and stuff like that. And Vic was able to show that and manipulate that on the Giants' offensive line today. So it's not like we were playing a superior team, but a team is a team. So, let's go.
I'm with you. A win is a win, just like you said before. All right, so again, we were coming up with the deep bomb, the AJ, you know what I'm saying? Good, fairly decent run calls. You know what I'm saying? At that point, what changes did you see in play calling from last week's game or even the previous games up until now? Did you see any changes? And if you did, which ones were they?
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead, Beach.
What I saw, man, was just like everybody else saw it. Everybody in the fans, all the fans in the stadium, and everybody, in America saw that we were running the ball. Yep. We ran the ball effectively, and we continued to run the ball on those plays, man. Our offensive line was making some moves. Cam Jerkins, he even made, some good plays where, he had to come off the line and pull, and he did the sweeps and provided the blocking for Saquon. He did all that stuff effectively throughout the game. On both sides, whatever side they were running to, he did that. So the changes I saw in play calling was the running the ball. I did not see the effectiveness as versatility of getting the ball in everybody else's hands. I didn't see that, but we didn't need to. But I think that it's something that you can't overlook because you're going to run into a team that has a strong run defense. and we can't just rely on the run every game. So we have to be able to establish that in the first quarter to set up the RPOs, to set up all the other pass plays, and then get everybody effectively involved into the game. Tight ends, wide receivers, slots, everybody.
Yeah, good boy, sir.
What I seen, like this, like I guess like Nick heard the fan from last week heckling them in the stands. He said, "Run the ball," and I guess Nick finally got it. We're gonna run the ball. But I did see it in the first couple of series. I did see when they tried to run Barkley down the middle and he was getting stuffed. So then they started tossing
It was
to the
outside.
outside. When he went to the outside, he had that big run. Then the second play, Gangwell did the same thing to the outside, and he had that big run. So once they established that, oh, they might go outside, that opened up the middle for us. Then Barkley started shooting down the middle, start getting them big yards down the middle. That's what I saw.
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
That he just took my answer, man. I guess my internet's slow again. But he said exactly what I'm saying. We kept, he got lucky a few times up the middle. He got a couple, 3, 4, 5 yard runs, and then the Dookie. I sat here when they started running in the second quarter. I said I could see their first quarter adjustments. They went from up the middle to off tackle, to the left and to the right. He busted a big one, and even when Gainwell came in, so it's not the running back. They did the same thing with him. They ran him on the outside, inside, outside, mix it up. So now you have the defense shifting. They don't know whether it's going inside or outside. So they cut off the outside, now the inside works. They cut off the inside, and now the outside works. So that was a good adjustment they made on offense.
Just so that y'all know, that is coming from the experience of the record holder at what high school it is? Is it got what high school is it?
Paulsboro High School, New Jersey.
Paulsboro High School. Shout out to Paulsboro High School. You know what I'm saying? Man, Gotti has the what record is it, Gotti?
4 touchdowns in a single game, 3 times in 1 year.
Mild.
Okay.
Mild.
Okay.
Ain't nothing to brag about, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, he sound like Al Bundy to me. Al Bundy.
Yeah. But honestly, for me, with the play calling, I mean, I did see a little bit of versatility when it comes. But the only thing I didn't like is just that, like something that Gotti had mentioned earlier, and and everybody else, just you're sticking to AJ. Like at some point in time, you're gonna have to start throwing the ball around, man. You got to share that rock. Okay? You just got to share it. I mean, thank God, this game, the run game was extremely effective on the second half. So that really kind of like voided it out, and it made it okay. But even still, when we're going up against those teams like the Vikings, and we're going up against those teams like Joe Burrow coming up next week, and the Lions, which the Lions beat the Vikings.
I told y'all yesterday. I told y'all the other day. The Lions is on the tear. I told y'all the Lions was going to win.
So when we're playing against those teams, you can't just zero in on AJ every deep play. You know what I'm saying? You got to start finding Devontae on those slants, on those crossing routes. Because if you don't, again, that one crossing route, like Sally said, that ball was wide open.
He was wide open, man.
Easy. But you gotta get everybody else incorporated to the game outside of just Barkley and AJ. Luckily, again, we didn't need it, and that's that's a testament to say to their defense, which is supposed to be somewhat decent. But I didn't think Jeff Sloan was playing, so that did make a difference as far as sacks and everything. But had he not played, I think it would have been a lot better. But like Sam said on the thing, on his comments, what I'm saying, we left a lot out there on the table, and it should have been 35. He's not lying. It should have been 35 because we did. I feel like on offense, we left a lot on the table. A lot of meat was out there, so But overall, what I'm saying, it's a good win. I'm satisfied with how we played. I'm confident in in the games coming up. You know what I'm saying? Gotti, Michi, what I'm saying? We all gonna be at the game together. Jaguars game. Shout out to everybody. So, let's go ahead. Let's celebrate the win. Let's be happy. You know what I'm saying? And let's do it again next week. Outside of that, man, closing statements. This is an easy show. Easy show when you win. Bad when you lose.
Go ahead, Beach. What you got? What I got? I just got. Hey, let's continue this momentum that we had today. Continue this momentum on to next week. Hey, defensive line, great job. Continue that to next week. So, we can take pressure off those guys that we think should be gone, like the Slays and take pressure off those guys in the back. If the defensive line do what they did today, we help those guys in the secondary where they ain't got much pressure on them. But do what we do today. Bring that momentum to next week. And like I said, Run the ball. Let that boy Saquon. Hey, but I do want to say that those sacks go with Jalen today. Hey, the Giants lead the league in sacks. If y'all didn't know that, they lead the league in sacks. Giants
On
lead
the
the league in sacks. Yeah,
defensive side or offensive side?
defenses. I mean, Giants got the most sacks in the NFL right now.
Okay.
So that boy Lawrence is a beast, and I
Mm-hmm.
understand that. But let's keep our juice going from this week and continue on to the rest of the season, because the second half of the season, that's usually our part of the time of the year when we usually do real good in the second half of the season. Not the last couple of years, but before that we did real good in the second half. So keep this momentum going. Let's go ahead to next week and just go ahead and knock out old Burrow and get him out of there.
And man, all good stuff, man. Love to see the defense continue this up, man. The secondary, let's strengthen that up as well, man. I'm still on the train where Nick needs to go. You know what I mean? You can't have one game, because it shouldn't take the fans for a NFL coach to learn to run the ball. It shouldn't take the fans yelling at him and him going back and forth like a bad kid to learn how to run the ball, man. But I would still want to see more maturity and development in Jalen Hurts. And I say that because, he's getting paid $250 million. I stress this all the time, man. He's getting paid $250 million. And I feel that he's he's getting there. He's not at that elite quarterback status yet, because those elite quarterbacks, man, it doesn't really matter who you put in there as the offensive coordinator. They pretty much are the offensive coordinator on field, the field generals, the Peyton Mannings, the Bradys. They're the offensive coordinator themselves. And I feel that, his continued development and maturity will be able to, make those on-field adjustments as see fit. If there should be no locker room bickering, you know what I mean? Hey, those elite quarterbacks are able to make those adjustments on the field for the victories. You know what I mean? And so, no scores in the first quarter is I don't mind that when it's a strong defensive battle. But when we just going off of sloppy play calling and all of this stuff, then that's when I get mad. But if it's a strong defensive game, that's what it is. Defense win games and all that stuff. But let's see it. Let's continue it up because W next week.
Hey, just because the Bengals are, I don't know if they won. Did they win today?
Yeah, they played Cleveland.
Yeah, so just because they're a 500 team does not mean Joe Burrow is a terrible quarterback. He's still a good quarterback. If our defensive line doesn't get to him like we did today, we have to rely on the secondary. And if we are not on our toes, he's gonna carve our ass up. The defense, we got Slay. I don't know why we might have to strip the big play from his name and he's hurt. So and he's hurt, so it could be a play where he injures his Achilles again or whatever, and he hit us for a bomb. We got some rookies back there doing a good job, but they're still going to pick on him. We need to make sure our secondary is ready to go in case the defensive line doesn't have a great game like they did today. Because 5-6 sacks is not going to happen every game, or 7 sacks. That's not going to happen every game. Bengals are watching film. They're making their adjustments just like we were going to do. But we have to make sure that our secondary is ready. We need to play on that first 50, on that first side of the 50, the whole game. Even in the event they do get on the second side of the 50 or in that 2-minute drill where we tend to fall apart. So I think that secondary is going to be a key to us winning. I think as long as we score 28, 25 points a game, we'll win as long as our secondary and our defense does their job.
Okay. All right. So these are a couple of notes that I wrote down during the game as I was watching the game. So one, third downs, we really weren't that successful in third down at the beginning of the game, but at times it worked. You know what I'm saying? O-line missed again, and I don't know if y'all remember, but they actually jumped off sides. Our offensive line didn't move, or the ball didn't snap, which would have been an easy first down. But again, they didn't move. You know what I'm saying? We just got to work on that. You know what I'm saying? Played a little sloppy in the first and second quarter. Jaden hold the ball too long. It's starting to become a real thorn on my damn side. But overall, you know what I'm saying? The defense saved the day, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? 7 sacks or 5 sacks in the first half, 7 sacks altogether. Great job, guys. And I just feel like, again, we need to work on some of our short yardage plays because holding the ball that long down, in third and goal is just unheard of. If anybody would have ran the ball in that situation. And I just feel like Jalen needs to be a little bit more heads up when it comes to stuff like that. But again, overall, in its entirety, we played a really good game. We just, like Sally said, we just need those juices to flow over to next week. All right. So with that being said, a great show today, guys. Great game. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it popping until next week. And with that being said, I'm saying we're going to close this one out, man, because guess what? We done here. We are done here. Check us back again next week. Oh, Meech, can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You're on mute, Meech.
I say I'm about to go stir my greens and my neck bones. Let's go.
Yeah, but so check us out on the pregame show. We're gonna do that. Start to decide at what time, Meech? 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock live.
10 o'clock.
Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, and again, we are not starting any giveaways. We get to 300. Once we get 300 subs, guess what? All the merchandise is already bought and paid for. We got it. All we gotta do is start sending the addresses. So guess what? Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? Again, we need 300. So like, comment, subscribe, share this, man. Tell all the other Eagles fans. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We need some more high flyers up in here. All right. All right. So with that being said, man, we up out of here. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Have a good weekend.
Othello on the beat.